Okay. All right, guys, I think we are live. Trying to get this where I can okay. Trying to get this so I can be sure to get it all set up. Trying to share this across my Facebook pages. It's just well. See if I can share this. Get a few people watching. All right, got 5 viewers. How's 6 ever? How's everybody doing tonight? Please be patient with me for just a second. I'm trying to share these links across Facebook and everything. So give me just a second, and we'll start. We'll start up. You guys got any questions? Please, by all means, type them in, and we'll get to them. It's good to see everybody tonight. Hope I don't lag. I may lag on this. I'm out in my shop right now, and the internet is a little slow out here. So if it lags or I skip or something, I promise you I'll restart this if I have to. Come on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I will try not to miss everybody's comments. If you guys comment, I will try my best not to miss them. If I do, I apologize. And I'm trying to share these over Facebook and everything. So, how many of you out there have made your baits or tried to paint some crankbaits or some jigs or anything like that? I'd love to hear you guys. Who else has done that? All right. There's some parts out here I'm going to need. My computer is super slow tonight. Please just bear with me for just 1 second, guys. I promise you I'll go from non-interesting to semi-interesting. All right. Okay, we're live. I'm going to go ahead and start kind of explaining what I'm doing. We got 6 folks watching. Blake, good to see you. Justin, good to see you. Akasha, still not working. Steve Guthrie Outdoors, how you doing? Justin Martindale, how you doing? Jordan Bennett, how you doing? And looks like Justin makes his jig, swim bait heads and net heads. We may have to hook up later. I'm looking for a good swim bait head. But anyway, guys, this is kind of a. I had an order come in this week for some blade baits. I'm a little behind on it already. A little behind on it already. I had to ran out of stock, and I had to place an order really quick. But got them in today, so I was going to jump on right quick. And I've been wanting to do a live stream and also do a little bait making. So I figured I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone today. So that's what we're going to do tonight. If you've never made your own blade baits or any baits for that matter, as far as pouring your jig heads and whatever, the first thing you're going to need is some safety equipment, which you see I don't have. I'm only going to pour a couple of these tonight for demonstration purposes. And so usually you would need a fan with good ventilation and some safety glasses and gloves because you're dealing with hot lead. But for these purposes, I'm just going to do a couple, so I think I'll be all right. And if not, I've got witnesses who can call 911. So anyway, to pour a blade bait, let me show you what a blade bait is. If you don't know, they tangle really, really easily. This is a blade bait. I make these in a bunch of different colors. This one's chartreuse. I've got a gold one here tonight as well. And also I was playing around with some paint that I saw at Lowe's. And I got some red, kind of sparkly. It's just kind of like a Christmas tree type color. You can see I've used it. It's kind of beat up right now. I caught them on it pretty good a week or 2 ago. But that's a blade bait in it, essentially. Now, to make a blade bait, you're going to need a few things. One, you're going to need the lead and a pot, of course. Going through the, what's up in Florida? Good to see you, Peacock Pete. But essentially what you're going to need is the mold. And this is a Do-It mold right here. Let me see if I can get the name of this. This is the vibrating lure. It's a model ZV-5-8. And you got the cavities inside here. You got different sizes. This one will go from 1/4 ounce all the way up to 3/4 ounce if you really want to get down there deep. For melting pot, I've got a Lee melting pot. This is a kind of a bigger commercial version. I've got a small one that I started out with and just basically taking a ladle and dipping in and pouring in. Did that for a long time. Just now got this mold and it's heating up right now. I'm hoping it's going to heat up pretty quick. That's getting there. But lead and a mold is basically all you need to get started. You will need some other components. You will need some blanks, some inserts to actually make the bait itself. And this is what this one looks like. That is what the insert looks like, and I'll show you how that works here pretty soon. Got a bunch of those. Try to get a little bit of organization here as well. I just got these in the mail and just got home, so I'm a little disorganized, and I do apologize for that. Those, you can get those in, those are silver, I think they're nickel, and also they come in brass as well, which is really, really close to the gold. Those are some brass ones. Really close to the gold color that I showed you before. Got a little plastic on it there. And I'll probably put a coat of gold on top of that just to be sure. Let's see, let me just set those right over there. Like I said, I've got an order for these. I've got a fill. And I thought I would take you guys along with me tonight as I make these and just kind of show you the start to finish process on what we do and how we as bait makers spend our evenings. You'll need some eyes as well to put on these. I've got some red ones And I've got some silver ones as well. I'll not take those out of the pack because they'll go everywhere. Let's kind of set those hooks. Of course, you're going to need some hooks for these. These I got for these particular ones are number 2. And these hooks are the clip-on kind. If I can get it out of the pack here. Without sticking myself. That's the trick with these treble hooks. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll show you one of these treble hooks. Let me get my mouse to where I can see. All right, these are VMC treble hooks. And I'll try to get it. Normally on a treble hook, all sides are kind of welded or soldered together. And these are not. On the other side, I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit closer. That one side is not soldered. So essentially, when you get these, you can slip these on and pop that in, and that will mean that you do not need a split ring for these. I hate messing with split rings myself. So put that in the box. I'm going to need that as well. Looks like the I've got an order to do. I've got to paint a couple of these, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm not going to show it in this video because it is about to come some storms here, and it's getting pretty windy outside. But I wanted to take y'all through the process of what I do. And if I ramble and I repeat myself, I know that I do that, and I do not mean to. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. Trying not to miss. I'm on 2 screens here trying to keep up with the messages, and as well as with the live view. I'm lagging behind a pretty good bit, probably 3 or 4 minutes on YouTube or on my YouTube watch page. But anyway, I think I've got 11 people. Good to see everybody now. Okay, my lead, let's see if it's hot. It's not quite hot enough yet. It's not coming through the bottom. Give that just a few more minutes. So I'll just go through preparing the mold. As you guys can see, it's kind of black on some of these. And the reason for that is what you want to do when you get these molds is take a candle or a lighter or whatever you do. I got a lighter. And you want to hold it underneath here. Let me figure out my sizes I got to do tonight. And you want to just kind of hold that under there for a little bit. And what you're doing, essentially, is putting a layer of carbon on this mold. And doing that will allow that bait to come out of here, and it won't stick and it won't hang in your mold. So once you pour that, it comes out really easily. And this really, really does help. Because once that carbon starts getting off there, I can tell when I pop these out, they don't want to come out. So a good layer of carbon on there is always good. Do that, real good and blacked out. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up there for a few minutes and let that mold warm up. What that does is it'll let that warm up and get close to the temperature. Well, it's not going to be close, but get hot. And the hotter it is, the better that your lures come out and the more that your molds come out and without sticking and everything. So that helps out a lot. Always keep that on top, usually while it's heating up. I'm getting close on my lead here. Oh, one more thing you're going to need also on these, and I don't have any on these. Let's see if I can open this. Is some duo locks. Duo locks. And if you fished a lot, you probably know what these are. I'll show you what these are, how they work. That's what it looks like. It's just a little snap clip. And the way that works is you open it up. And there's three little holes here on these blades. I usually stick mine in the middle, kind of balances it out pretty good. And then you tie right here, because if you tie directly in these holes, that's a sharp edge and it's going to cut your line, you know, within a cast. So use those duo locks, just kind of snap rings. Tie your line on top and you're good to go. All right, like I said, guys, if you got any questions, just jump on the comment section and I'll answer them the best I can, and I'll try to keep up with all of them. Let me go over here to Facebook and see if anybody has commented over there. Getting about close on my lead. Okay. Let me jump back over here. Like I said, I'm a little behind. I'm lagging. That's why I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. But anyways, let me see if this is... okay, we're getting about hot enough now on our lead. As you can see, that pours out really smooth, and that's what you want. I'll dump that back in there. The ladle's hot. And we're about ready to start our pouring process. And my little pot drips a little bit, which you think is kind of a common problem. Let me check right quick on my messages and make sure that I get this guy's order right. All right, 2 1/2 ounce. So 3 1/2 ounce. Let me get a different size. I need one more size. Hang on, guys, I'm coming. Don't leave. Okay. Well, they were here the whole time. Right in front of me. I'll show you guys the blade themselves sizes. Now for a 1/4 ounce and a 3/8 ounce, this is the blade insert that I'm going to be using. Now the 1/2 ounce and 3/4, it's going to be a little bit bigger. I'll show you the size comparison just to kind of give you guys a little bit of perspective on how big they are. One's about 2 inches, one's about 2 1/4, 2 1/2. Make a couple of those. And what size? I need 3 of the small ones. And I'm going to need 3 there and 1/2 ounce. I myself am behind a couple. I'm going to make myself 3. I'm going to paint those a special color. I'm not going to tell y'all that either. And 3 to 3/8. So I think I'm good to go. I tell you what, let me just pour a couple extra. Sometimes you might mess up. All right, now we're ready to pour. First thing that I like to do is I like to try to pour a little bit and kind of pour a little bit. It's going to spill out a little bit, but I'm just trying to heat my mold up on the inside a little bit. I'll just set that to the side. Make sure it's pouring really good. That heats my mold up a little bit. See that it looks like kind of spree. But let's make some 3/8 ones first. So what you do is you take your insert and you'll place it in there. And there's only one way these can go. You guys can see that? Not real good. Let me try to get a bit closer. It goes inside. And you hear that snap. That's what you want to hear when you close these mold ups, whether you're making a jig, whether you're making a shaky head, whatever. You want to make sure you hear that click. That tells you that there's no gaps in between here. You're not going to get any spillage. And then what you do, pick your size. Whether you lift that up or you pour it in, I always leave a little bit at the top. And basically, you're done. It's going to be a little warm. It's okay. And that's what it looks like. There's your blade bait ready to go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off and shape that up a little bit with my file. But that is essentially a blade bait. Ready to be, on to the next step, whether it be finishing, painting, putting eyes and hooks on it, and you're ready to go. Always let that set for just a minute. Always inspect, make sure nothing happened. Boom. Click it. And you're done. Let me try to get caught up on my messages if I've got any. All right. I'm glad that Chris got them today. I'm proud to know you got them. I was hoping you would get them today. I'm looking forward to you sending me some pictures of some fish you caught on that, Chris. Inspect it. Click it. Let it cool for just a minute. Take it out and inspect it. You're good to go. Guys, if you've never tried to make your own lures, it is very, very rewarding. I can tell you that. First time that I caught a fish on a bait that I had made myself, I mean, it just thrilled me to death. And it was several years ago when I started making baits. I think the first real bait that I made was probably a chatterbait, and I made it out of an Arky jig head and some. I got the blades and the split rings and everything. Painted it myself. Put the skirt on. We're good to go. All right, those are good to go. That is our 3/8 ounce blade baits. Now we're going to make some 1/2 ounce blade baits. Which blade baits, click, great wintertime bait. This time of year, especially where I'm at, and I know up north and some other places get a little bit colder than we do here, a blade bait is a great bait for the wintertime. I've caught a bunch of fish on them, and I hope anybody that gets any of my blades catches a bunch of fish themselves. What type of paint do I use? That's the question. Well, spray paint, Krylon. You can powder paint these if you want a really durable finish. I use rattle cans a lot, or I've got some airbrush stuff that sometimes if you really want a lot of detail, like for a fire tiger, you could do that and get really interested on some scale pads. Crankbait, and guys who make crankbaits, and they're absolute artists with that. The stuff that I see is really amazing. But you could powder coat them, airbrush them, spray paint is what I've did. But also you want to put a protective clear coat over those as well if you do spray paint, like a lacquer or a varnish or a epoxy or whatever. But it's a trade secret on that. But the thing about blade baits is sometimes you will snag them. I mean, you got two sets of treble hooks there. That's why I try not to charge very much for these, because I do know how easy it is to lose one. I was fishing this weekend. I lost 3, just really, really fast. So it's something I painted. Lost them this weekend. I did not. And it was a drum, and I caught it on a Ned rig. But I love a Ned rig, so I was happy with that. I was trying that new TRD crawl, what I was using yesterday, and that thing was on fire for the drum. I got a couple little nibbles on an Alabama rig yesterday. That's about it. And I lost 2 of those. So yesterday was not a good fishing day for me. But I've got all those made, and guys, you can see how fast you can make these. That's why I enjoy making baits, you know, but the materials it takes, you know, I got a pack of these blanks. Let me make some gold ones. And, you know, I got 25. I mean, I can't use 25 blade baits, but I enjoy making them, and I try, you know, pass along to other folks if I can. I give some of my buddies, I do some trading. There's a gold one. But I really do enjoy making baits. Uh-oh. Made a mess on that one there. That may not come out. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. Yeah. Let's see, Peacock Pete fishing. Lost 2 rattle traps to alligators. Anything that can happen. That's right. Yeah, buddy. Peacock Pete. I'm assuming you're in South Florida. Is that correct? And if so, how fun is it to catch peacock bass? That's what I want to know. I always wanted to go to Amazon. I see a lot of guys catching big, massive peacock bass. I always wanted to do that. Absolutely. One of these days, I'm going to get down to South Florida and get on some of the peacock bass. I don't know if you guys follow any of the Guggen squad, but I like to watch John B. and just watched him on a trip to the Amazon, and he caught some giant peacock bass. I would love to do that sometime. Maybe I'll get to be as big as those guys one day. Just keep on plugging along. Maybe I will. Alrighty. What is that? All right, we're going to make one more gold one. And that went everywhere. And it, oh, look at there. Hey, bonus. All right, guys. Well, I've made up a whole pile of baits here, as you can see. And just lickety split. So, you know, it's a great, great hobby to get into. It's a great hobby to, you know, it's a very satisfying hobby. And I love it when, you know, people like Chris order from me, and I get to share this with other people. And I'm really thrilled when they, you know, send me pictures of the fish that they've caught, and it really thrills me. But after you get your bait done, you got to take care of this little sprue here. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can twist it and it'll come off. That's okay. But I like to take some little gate shears And what I'll do is I'll trim along with the contour of the bait. And as you can see, it's still a little rough. So then what I'll do is I'll take a file and I'll kind of go over that contours, smoothing it out. That way when I paint them, I put the eyes on, it's real nice and smooth. It goes through the water really, really good. And I don't have to worry about it kind of going crazy on me. So there you can see it's nice and smooth on the end. Now you could fish this exactly like it is, and I have caught a lot of fish on silver blades. Actually, the customer who I'm making these for tonight, he wants a few just plain silver. So that's what I'm going to do. Is leave it like this. I'm going to put my hooks on, put the duo lock on, I'm going to put him some eyes on there, and this one's good to go. I've caught a lot of fish like this. But we keep plugging. Always check that. Also, I'm afraid that, maybe sometimes these things kind of tumble in the air. I don't want any snag points. Anything I can do to deter line being caught, try to do that. You guys got any comments about anything else, bait related, fishing related? Who went fishing this weekend? How'd y'all do up here where I'm at on Pickwick? I know for me personally, I went yesterday, which is Monday. I didn't do worth a crap. Did not do worth a crap. Like I said, I got a couple of bites. Caught one drum, it was about 5 pounds. I mean, it was a good fight, but it was not what I was hoping for. I hooked it and I thought, man, I really got something here, but I didn't. Oh, Peacock Pete says, time of year, blade baits and gold has been my go-to. Peacock Pete, do you use the painted gold ones or do you use the brass ones? Because here's an example. You guys are wondering. This is brass. Let me get my other screen up here so I can show you exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, this is brass. Excuse me, this is painted gold. You get kind of reflection. And this is brass. It's real similar. And you could probably fish them the same and do have the same results, but the bottom lead down here is going to be like a silver and brass or gold color as opposed to that painted. But they're pretty much the same. It's just the lead is painted. Go every Sunday and caught 5 bass. A couple good ones. Good job, Pete. Brian's Outdoors are having snow and ice storm in Kansas today. Oh my gosh. We just got through with that big snowstorm that came through, and we didn't get any snow, but we got a massive amount of rain down here on Pickwick where I'm at. And I tell you what, the water clarity was, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I didn't get out on the main river. I fished in Yellow Creek mostly. But found some spots that were stained. I found some spots that were, decently clear. And then I found some spots that were just plain muddy. So a little bit of everything. But the reason I didn't get out on the river, they're drawing a massive amount of current. And it was pretty windy today. And if you know anything about Pickwick, if there is a north wind blowing that is over 5 miles an hour and they're pulling a lot of current, it gets rough really fast out there. So I don't venture out in the main lake during the winter very much at all. If I'm going to fish a cove like J.P. Coleman State Park or Indian Creek or Yellow Creek, I'll use those ramps and I won't travel. Normally, if I want to fish somewhere, I'll just the water a little bit. This time of year, yes. Okay, we had our club tournament Saturday in Storms on Upper Bear. Won it with 13 pounds and also won big fish with 4.5 pounder. Got soaked, but it was worth it. Yeah. That's great, Justin. Congratulations. You braved the wind and the rain on Saturday. It was tough. I myself took my wife shopping. So we had a good time. But I tell you, about lunch, after we got through eating lunch, the rain really, there's like a little band. When it did, I was going in the store and I got soaked for one. And when I came back out, I was in Academy, came back out and the temperature had just plummeted. Guys, if any of you are watching this, you'd like to purchase some of these, they are for sale. I generally sell them for about $5 a piece, plus about $5 shipping. I really don't make anything off of them. It's just, the material cost. But they're good. I paint these. I paint some white, some red, some chartreuse, some gold. Got brass ones. Anything you need. And there's other good blade baits out there. I use a steel shad. Is really the blade bait, is the bait that got me started using blades. I fished a steel shad exclusively before I got this mold, and I got it. Got a video on my channel on how to fish a blade bait, and it's using a steel shad. Those are really good baits. And they're about the same price too. I think they're like $7, $8. I'm not sure, but a steel shad is a really good bait as well. Wow, the lake rose 3 feet in 8 hours. That sounds like Pickwick. They've been running a lot of current. The lake level here has been pretty steady, but the amount of current that they have been running down here has just been massive. I'll look on the TVA web app, and it's just incredible. A little more to go. But those that braved it this weekend, my hat is off to you, because it was rough. Hey, Peacock Pete, another guy on YouTube, his channel's called The World's Worst Fishing. And it's this guy that owns, I think it's Land is the Limit Baits. Have you ever heard of him or you ever watched him? Because he makes some soft plastics, and he's a true artist. Guys, if I hadn't said it before, I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. I just made it up to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm really happy about that. Well, guys, I've got just a handful of baits here. Now, I've got to paint these and put eyes and hooks and everything on there. Tell you what, let's do. We're going to do something fun. I told everybody that I was going to have a contest when I got to 1,000 subscribers. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I will make blade. Let's see here. Tell you what, let's do. I'd like to make this about a $50 value. Tell you what, I'm going to make 5 blade baits in brass. I'm going to make 5. Let's make those right now. I'll make a separate video later, and I'm going to give these away. Let's do that. Let's heat this back up. We're going to have some fun tonight, guys. We're going to make some people happy. Like I said, I'll make a separate video announcing this on what I'm going to make. I'm going to show you guys tonight how we're going to do it. Quad City Bassing, good to see you. Justin Martindale, I got a trip planned on Wilson Friday. Kind of worried about the water, but we're going to give it. You know, I love Wilson. I have fished it once in my life, and it's hard. When I fished it, it was a couple of months ago. Didn't have a clue how to fish Wilson. Luckily, I posted a picture that morning that I was there, and I had some buddies call me because I said I was struggling on my post. And they called me and gave me some tips and really salvaged my day. I fished from, I think that at the dam at Harbor, not sure what they call that, but fished there all the way up to that big old long creek, and I think it's called Second Creek is the name of it. And I went up to the dam, Wheeler Dam, drove all that way. Didn't get anything. Then I drove back down after my buddy called me. And I actually caught a few fish there at where I started. So ran all over the lake, burned a whole tank of gas in the old Black Pearl, and ended up catching my fish right where I started. Which, weirdly enough, I started there that morning and fished that little creek there. Didn't get a bite. And then went exploring. And stumbled upon a couple on a underspin, a swim bait. Fleet Harbor. Yes, Fleet Harbor is where I was at. It's a good area to put in at. And I'm glad that I didn't miss the turn, because you do not want to go across Wilson Dam in anything bigger than a smart car. I sure didn't want to go across it in the big F-150 pulling a bass boat, because you get about that much space between the lanes and the side of the dam. I'll tell you, folks, I went across it once just in my truck. It was nerve-wracking. Quad City, what bait? I am making blade baits, my friend. Blade baits. Got an order. Trying to fill. Also, if you just joined me, I'm making some baits for a giveaway I'm going to have for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I'll make a separate video on that. Did it take? Did it take? Did it take? If you're not subscribed and you're coming from Facebook or Instagram, that's it. Thank you, guys. Hit that little subscribe button. All right, we're going to trim these. That's hot. There you go. We're going to trim these up. Booyah. I'm excited. I was wondering what I was going to have for a giveaway. You guys help me decide. That's hot still. Well, all right. Quad City, did you do any fishing this weekend? If so, how'd you do? Let me check my massages. Like I said earlier, if you guys got a question, just pop them below and we'll get to them. I try not to be the only one talking. I know I'm interrupting the folks watching SmackDown tonight. It's okay. I'm missing it too. I got a DVR. I'm going to go watch it here in a minute. I'm on here a little bit longer than I planned on being, but I'm glad to have everybody hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm not going to paint these. I got a couple of them I got to paint, but I'm not going to because the wind is really, I can't paint in here because I don't have the proper ventilation just yet. And it's cold and the wind is howling outside, so I can't paint, or I'll probably paint more myself than I will the baits. But I'll get them tomorrow, and hopefully my customers, my wonderful customers, will be patient with me. Because I wasn't even planning on getting my materials in until Thursday is when I track these. I got the pot, I got and the mold, and most of my stuff I get from Lure Parts Online. They've got, if you guys want to experiment with making any of your baits, they've got jig heads and skirts and hooks and just about anything you need. Also, I got this particular order in from Jan's Netcraft. They've got some good stuff as well. There's a couple other tackle places, Barlow's Tackle. You got to buy in bulk from them. But Lure Parts Online is a great resource if you guys want to get into tackle making, you want to make some of your own stuff. It's really, really good. I got the pot from them. I've got most of everything that I've got bait making wise, I've gotten from Lure Parts Online. But this particular order was from Jan's Netcraft, which I've ordered from in the past, and they're really good. And the shipping was faster than I had expected. So everybody wins. Bad weather here lately. Sorry, but I hear that there, Quad City Basin. All right, guys, we got one more to go. And I've made a whole pile of baits here tonight. I'm tickled to death. All right, guys, like I said, I'm going to give away 5 1/2 ounce in the brass, gold colored. I'm not going to paint these. Put some eyes on, put some hooks on. I'm going to give them to you guys. 5 1/2 ounce in the nickel plated here, silver. And these are probably the two of the most popular colors, and also the most popular size that I've seen is 1/2 ounce. Now, I did an order for a guy. He wanted some 3/4 ounce ones, and I hooked him up with some of those. But like I said, I'll make a separate video on those and have that out in a few days, hopefully. I'll have to make that video. Don't have my cameras here for that, but I'll get that made because I'll be out here tomorrow painting. But with that being said, anybody got any more questions or anything before I before I jump out, questions just posed. Didn't intend on this hour long and held in there. Know you could be doing other things, but you come on, probably silent. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell. It'll let you know when I do upload a video, and follow me on Instagram and shoot me a friend request on Facebook. And I've got an Ernest fishing page as well. I post a lot of bait stuff, and I'm not as active on that as I should be. But everything I was about done. So thank you guys. I think I got 4 viewers left. I appreciate every one of you guys. Down, go in the house. I love you guys. Appreciate every one of you. The Bassman Ernest Cole guys down the road.